Hello.
Hello, everybody. We are glad that you're joining us today for day,
4?
I think it is, day 4 of our
Thursday,
study,
yeah.
which is,
back to school Bible style.
I hope that you guys have been enjoying the crazy, wacky stories we're pulling out of the Bible, but we are not even close to having a tenth of the wacky, crazy miracles that God
the
does.
Bible's full of super cool stuff.
Oh my goodness. I wish
That
we
doesn't
could,
make worldly sense.
yeah, I wish we would have more. I wish we would have had more time to do this, but at the same time, like, it's a pretty full video, you know.
Right. And 5 days is long enough for
Yeah.
a series.
I'm just proud that we're keeping them under 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Personally, that makes me
I know.
makes
It's
me
like
pretty happy.
record, like we did it. It's
Yeah.
our goal accomplished.
So we hope you're enjoying, and we hope that you keep studying along. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our stuff. Facebook, YouTube.
And comment. We want to hear from you guys. We love hearing from you guys.
Absolutely. And a good old thumbs up or a heart emoji goes a long way with us too. We appreciate all of that. Woo, woo, woo. Let's just jump into it.
What class are we doing today?
Today we're doing biblical science.
Science.
And I don't know about you guys. I may be talking to a younger generation, but Nacho Libre has the one scene in it where the guy's all like, I don't believe in God, I believe in science. And he's just like, the whole thing is the guy's like choosing science over God. And then
Yeah.
Nacho Libre,
Yeah, his friend gets him baptized.
yeah, like walks up with a bottle, like
Saves him.
a bowl of water and just, "Achoo!" And I'm like, oh my goodness. I wanted to
If only if
baptize,
it was that easy, right?
yeah, I wanted to baptize so many kids like that. Like, let's rededicate you. Achoo! You
You're
know?
good now. You're good. Just
But-
accept it. Just go with it.
Waterboarding's not biblical.
No,
So,
it's not
anyway.
the way it works. Sorry.
But science, let's talk about science. Was that a favorite subject for you in school?
Yes and no. I did actually like the biology part. I liked to dissect stuff, but they thought I was smart in school, so they put me in the anatomy and physiology class. And like the day one when you had to like test your own blood, I was like, I'm out. This is not for me. So I switched classes really fast.
Well, there you go. There you go.
So yeah, I like some science, and other science not so much.
Yeah, I liked science whenever like I was younger, but like once you started getting beyond dissecting stuff, it's
Yeah,
just
because
like,
dissecting makes sense because you're looking at things like physically as they are, and you're like, that's
Yeah.
cool. Like this is real.
yeah.
But when it gets into like theoretical thought, I'm not smart enough for that.
Did you ever do the thing where you took the egg and stuck it on top of the toilet paper roll and it sucked it in?
Oh yeah, like on the pop bottles too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all that was so much fun. Or making rockets and stuff like that. So there's a lot of fun stuff about science, but today we're going to be talking about biblical science, which basically tells modern day science, like, you think you know what you're talking about?
Yeah.
You probably don't.
What laws?
What laws? That's exactly what God would say. It's just like, what laws?
Yeah.
I created all these laws, but he doesn't heed to them.
No, he can do whatever he
He
wants.
does whatever he wants because he's God.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Our
we're going to be in 2 Kings.
2 Kings chapter 6.
Verses 1 through 7. And so this is about Elisha. We talked about Elijah yesterday. So Elisha is his guy who comes after. I was going to say predecessor, but that's wrong. His predecessor comes first. So he's the guy who comes after him, Elisha. And so it says, the company of the prophets said to Elisha. So this is like a school, right? Like a school of prophets that Elisha is like training up. This company of prophets. From what I've studied. Okay.
I'll go with that.
They said,
Sounds good to me, Brandy. Just jump on in there.
They said, look, the place where we meet with you is too small for us. Let us go to the Jordan, where each of us can get a pole, and let us build a place there for us to meet. So their ministry is growing. This is awesome.
Yeah, they're going to go make a tabernacle,
Yeah.
evidently, or some kind of
A building, yeah. And he said, go. Then one of them said, won't you please come with your servants? I will, Elisha replied, and he went with them. They went to the Jordan and began to cut down trees. As one of them was cutting down a tree, the iron axe head fell into the water. Oh no, my lord, he cried out. It was borrowed. Which is awful, right? I can hear this guy. I can hear it.
How many of you out there have let someone borrow something and never got it back?
Or been the borrow. Like I borrowed my mom's car once when I was 16 and I wrecked it. And I was in, like, it was a big deal.
That's a terrible story.
It is. It was awful.
No, I legit, well, your mom has, like, brought over chainsaws to our
Oh,
house.
yeah.
And I've had them for one I had for like 4 years. And she was like, hey, did you ever fix my
Yeah, are
chainsaw?
you still gonna fix that?
And in my mind, I'm going,
You're like, oh yeah.
yeah, I am. Where's
But
that
for
at?
you, like it's like out of sight, out of mind. If you don't see something, you don't have it anymore.
Yeah, well, that's 100% true. And so, like, I'm like in a place right now where I'm like, let's get that fixed and get it. So, like, I think I got one left in the garage. I'm working on.
I thought you gave everything back.
I got one. I've got it. I've got it like 99% there. It just has to run. That's
Yeah.
is it running? But anyways,
So yeah, this guy's panicking.
yeah, it was borrowed. Now this is a good servant.
Yeah.
Because some people are like, I don't even know what happened. Do I still have that? Did I borrow that? I don't
Yeah,
remember.
no, he's like, oh man, I'm gonna have to go and tell this guy that trusted me that I lost his axe.
Yeah, well, I was out working for the prophet, and it kind of fell into the water. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the iron piece, which
Yeah.
you can cut a new handle.
This reminds me of when you went to work on the campgrounds and the guy dropped his drill in the water. And then-
That did happen. That's a thing. That's.
But he didn't like his outcome was not as cool as this. That guy had to wade in after it.
Hey, I remember one time we were in a county road, and one of our hammers fell off of the truck and landed in the creek, and we saw it happen. Like we just knew. I don't remember how, or we were swinging, we were beating on a piece of equipment or something. Anyways, somebody was using a hammer. There was a hammer that was seen of ours that fell into the creek, but the creek was deep, and we're like, doggone it, we've lost that hammer. It's never coming back up. Of course, they were like, hey, maybe we should just pull an Elisha. And I was like, yeah, that's not. And so it was done. Well, it wasn't too many years after that, we had a really bad drought. And we were driving that back road, and I think it was one of the brothers just like, hang on, let's see if that hammer's still down there. And sure enough, there it was, sticking up out of the water. So he's able to reach down there and get it. We got the hammer back, you know.
Oh,
It was a whole thing. Anyways.
So Elisha didn't have to wait for a drought, and he didn't have to wade in. He says, the man of God asks, where did it fall? When he showed him the place, Elisha cut a stick and threw it there and made the iron float. Lift it out, he said. And then the man reached out his hand and he took it. Like just iron floating. No big deal.
Now, I don't know about you, but that broke so many laws of science that we have.
Yeah, iron doesn't float.
Iron doesn't
especially
float.
after it's sank.
Well, I mean, obviously, there's a mass. You can get iron to float under a certain mass. You know what I mean?
Like with other stuff.
Like ships.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Ships float because it's got some like there's a
Yeah.
scientific there's a mathematical equation for all that.
Okay.
But anyways, the point being, here was a hammer that's compact, not a hammer, I'm sorry, an axe that's compact, it's metal, has no buoyancy to speak
Yeah.
of. It's sunk.
And sticks don't like.
Why?
I can't just like drop my watch in the lake and like go put a stick on it and it just like floats back up. That doesn't happen.
I mean, no, it doesn't. I mean, how many sticks have you thrown in the water?
A whole bunch.
I threw sticks in the water.
Yeah.
I still once in a while throw a stick in a pond.
Well, yeah.
And nothing floats.
Never.
Has never floated. And
Lucky
so,
if the stick floats most of the time.
that's the truth. But this biblical science does not make sense.
No, this was supernatural. Now, it doesn't say that God told him to do this. It doesn't say the Spirit of the Lord came upon him. But we know that Elisha was in communication with God constantly.
Oh, he was in a whole different level of communication with God.
Yeah. So much so that, with Elijah, we see a lot of God saying, hey, Elijah, go do this. And he goes and does it. But with Elisha, he just feels it. Like, it's just like an inner thing. And God just like, he doesn't audibly speak to him. He just goes and does.
Right. And I think that's the difference in the Elijah walked under the anointing of heard God say and did. Mm-hmm. And Elisha, there's no recording.
Right.
Or there is a couple times it says, and God said, I believe.
But for the most part,
we're seeing that it was just like, and Elijah's like,
and Elisha did this, and he did that, and he did that. But we know that it was under the power of the Lord.
God had to ordain it some way. And sometimes when God speaks, it's that I heard him talk to me. And sometimes it is this nudging, this moving, this impression.
Yeah, do this.
And we have to know when God says it, we need to obey it, even if it breaks all the laws.
Even if it's silly, even if it doesn't make sense.
Oh, Elisha, I lost the axe head. Elisha, is this important to you? Yeah, it's my servant. It was a borrowed one.
Mm-hmm.
God, this is important to me. It's important to my servant.
Mm-hmm.
Would you help us out here? How am I going to do this? Oh, we're going to cut a branch, put a fresh green branch in the water and watch the axe head float. God, that's the silliest thing.
Right. It doesn't make sense. But God wanted to include Elisha in his working, and Elisha wanted to include his student because he has to go over and lift it out.
Yeah.
Like God's calling us to work together with him
That's good.
and act out. But my note in my Bible literally says God cares about the little things.
He does. Boy, how many of you have ever prayed, God, help me find my keys?
Right. Because like in the grand scheme of the kingdom, is this one guy being mad at the servant for, losing his axe head? Like that big of a deal? Like probably not.
No.
But for this guy, it was a big deal.
And here's the thing.
And God cares about that.
Let me say this. Did the dude not know how to swim? Like,
well, how deep was it, like,
well, I mean, but even how, like...
And what time of year was it? We don't know. Was it cold? I don't know.
Like, if it's a borrowed axe, it's, oh, man, it's borrowed. Well, jump in and get it. What are you doing? Like, I don't want to get wet. Now we need a miracle. Like, at what point is it justified to have the miracle? How distressed do you have to be?
Right, because you're right. There would have been things that they could have done to try to get it back, but God said, "I'm going to save your effort too."
Let's throw some nets down. Let's drag some lines. Let's do something.
Yeah, and so they didn't have to halt their labor here. They didn't have to stop their work.
No.
Like they just got to keep going forward with it.
Yeah. So to me, it's that thing of going like, you don't have to exhaust every other option to see God do a miracle that breaks all the physical laws.
That's a really good lesson.
Yeah. Like I don't have, when people say all we can do is pray, it's like, well, we left that as a last resort.
Yeah, it's like we start with prayer.
Yeah, we start.
If God's way is easier, let's just let that work.
Let's go if God's way is easier, why, I don't need to waste my efforts.
Yeah.
I've got plenty of other things to do.
Because this is not a hard thing for God.
Right. How far are we? 12 minutes?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't know that this works, my notes before.
Oh,
So,
I think it does.
You think so?
Now, yes, I want to jump to it. I'll make it work. This is in John.
Okay. Oh, so John.
Oh,
no.
what is yours?
When we were talking about audacious requests, I don't think it fits anymore.
Probably not.
Because he didn't really
request. So we're changing the service right now, or the message right now.
We're following, yeah.
So we're going to be talking about whenever Luke.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking? I'm talking about in the book of Luke, whenever Peter, I think it's in Luke.
Oh, well, just one more cool sciencey thing that we wish we would have picked.
You
but
can
we
add it
didn't.
on your notes.
But if you want another cool science lesson, that's where your brain is going. So go ahead, yeah. I'm going to something different. You go to your thing.
Well, I don't have the thing pulled up just yet.
Okay, well, we were going to talk. When I was studying, I thought, oh man, wouldn't it have been so cool if we would have talked about Peter walking on water?
That's where I want to go.
Like, isn't that the coolest, like, science thing? Like, yeah, science says people, like, sink in water.
I sink in water especially.
Like, you may float, like, on the surface, but not, like, feet first standing upright.
Right. Let me go to... You're watching us in real time. Fake it.
Here, I'll look it up, too.
You'll have to look it because I don't have it. Okay, it's going to be
Peter
John.
walks on water. It's in Matthew 14:22. It's in John 6. Is that where you were at?
No, Matthew 14:22.
Yeah.
We were going to be in under 15 minutes. We got a minute. Minute 15? No, minute. Matthew 14:22. Walking on water. Okay. Immediately, he made the disciples get into the boat and go ahead of him to the other side. And while he dismissed the crowd, and after this dismissing of the crowd, he went over to the mountain by himself and he began to pray well into the night. And he was there alone. Meanwhile, the boat was already some distance from the land and battered by the waves because the wind was against it. Then Jesus came walking to them, walking on the sea very early in the morning. And when his disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified. Now, we can all sit here and say Jesus can break the rules.
Right. That's not hard for us to get our heads around.
Yeah. It's a ghost, they said, and they cried out in fear. Immediately, Jesus spoke to them and said, have courage. It is I, do not be afraid. Lord, Peter says this, Lord, if it's you, Peter answered him, command me to come onto the water.
Yeah, and he does.
Now, But he knew that he himself could not,
Right.
unless he
He
who
needed-
created the
yeah.
laws gave him the permission.
That's right. Which is what my other notes were about, was about like audacious requests. Like to expect a branch to bring up a axe head. That's like audacious expectations.
Yes.
You know, to walk on water is an audacious request.
Yeah.
Like that's like ludicrous. You know what I mean? I also think of like Joshua asking for more time to win the battle in Joshua 10, and Hezekiah asking for more time in his life and getting 15 more years. Like those are big requests.
Yeah. I mean, just Joshua saying, God, I need more time in the day. And God saying,
Okay.
I'll stop moving the earth, finish your
Stop.
job, go ahead and finish the battle, and we'll start rotation again.
Like all of those are just like, what with science, and that doesn't make logical sense. But that leads me to our concluding verse in 1 John chapter 5, verse 14. It says, "This is the confidence we have in approaching God, that if we ask anything according to his will, he hears us. And if we know that he hears us, whatever we ask, we know that we have what we have asked for." Like
every time you hear us go shoo or off, it's because the mind in here is being blown by the simple fact that when God says he can do it, says he will do it, and we believe it,
Yeah.
it happens.
Yeah.
And that's
And he wants us to ask big things like this.
but according to his will.
Yeah.
Now we have to believe that what we are asking is his will. But if you don't read the word of God, if you don't study it and say, God, is this you? Do you really want me healed? Do you really want me saved? Do you really want me to tell the world about you? If I don't know God, how am I going to ask the will of God? And the Bible is here to help us convert our minds into the righteousness of Christ, to where when we ask of God the things, they line up with him
That's right.
and they come to pass. Shoo. Anyways, so today's science lesson is the rules don't apply to God.
They don't.
And they don't have to apply to you and your circumstance if you'll choose to seek him and ask him.
For the big things.
Shoo. Man.
For the impossible things.
And audaciously. Like,
yeah, it's my favorite word.
I just don't feel like I have the right to ask him for another miracle. I just don't feel like I have the
No.
right to ask him to step in and change that. I don't feel like I have a right to tell him to fix my finances after I
And he's
messed
like,
it up.
try me.
Come on.
Like your request is going to be too big.
Yeah. How small do you
If
think
you're
I am?
if it's in God's
Shoo.
will, he's like, yeah, come on, let's do
Shoo.
this.
Someone listening today, or maybe tomorrow, whenever you're finding this in the archives, somebody's sitting there going like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to ask him. And we want to hear about it because of this. When he answers, your testimony has power, and we want to hear that power. We want to
Yeah.
see what God did in your life. Whatever chain he's broken, whatever need you needed that he answered, let's celebrate who God is, because you were brave enough to say, I come into alignment with God's word
Yeah.
and say that his plans are good for me. He wants me to succeed. Jesus came that I might have life and have it abundant. We're agreeing with you on that. We want you to have
I mean,
it.
that's part of our testimony too. Like, we wanted to get married. We were young. We were broke, and we were like, God, we need a house. And God, like,
Here's a house.
like
Gave a house.
gave a house, guys.
Gave a house.
So, if you ever want to hear that testimony, let us know, and we'll do a video on it. But it's a good story.
Well, know that we love you. We care about you. We hope that you're having a great time getting back to school. Tomorrow's our
Yeah.
last day. We're going to be talking about geography
Yeah.
in the Bible.
Yeah.
All right.
This one's fun.
We'll see you there.